Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Hey traders, happy weekend to you guys. I hope you guys had a fantastic week trading the markets. I hope you guys stuck to some form of a plan. If you watched my yesterday's video, you'll be able to see that even though what you think may happen, as long as you're sticking to some sort of a plan, then you could do really well from trading. So that's why I never trade based on what I think. But I've had a fantastic week. I got out of Apple for a 200 and something % return, and then also a nice 30% short-term trade for me on a short-term basis. So for me, guys, as you can see, right, like even with that Apple longer-term play, that crash trade, I've actually had 2 trades this week myself. One I'm still in right now. It's basically break even. It's done nothing, and then the other one I was in and out on a short-term basis. So that's the way that I like to trade, maybe once, maybe twice a week, sometimes more, sometimes less, but I like to just trade really nice high probability setups that do really well for me, and I can rinse, recycle, repeat. Some are losses, most are profits, and there we go. So but in this video, guys, the title of this video was, is this one big major topping pattern that we're actually seeing here right now? And I want to say that not from a, no, I am saying that. I'm saying that from a point of, are we starting to see, is this starting to be one major topping pattern in the markets? Or are we just going to see an escalation boom to the upside? Like that's really hard to say, you know what I mean? So, and the reason why I'm saying that is this. Is if I look at this weekly chart here, if I squeeze my weekly chart up here on the Dow Jones, right, as we can see here, right, we can see on the Dow Jones that the market has had a nice shoot to the upside. We've had a flush down to the downside, as you can see, and now we've had this move up through here. So we've had this move up through here, and if I bring up my trend lines now, this is actually the long-term level of support and resistance. But if I bring up my trend lines, we can see that there's actually, I originally thought we'd actually get to 27,000 on the Dow. That actually still may happen. It still looks like pretty far away, but you know, even I'm questioning it right now anyway. So anyway, I don't know. But as we can see, right, there's a lot of resistance around that 27,000 mark there. And the question is, we broke this major low here, as you can see, right? You know, and you can see how we actually had this major low through here. But we actually break this major low, and now we're rallying back up. Is this a precursor? Remember, this is a weekly chart. Is this a precursor to maybe something like this happening over here? Again, you know, is this a precursor for that to happening? You know what I mean? If I squeeze my chart, let's bring up, say, the monthly chart. You can see what I mean here, right? We actually had a big flush down to that level there. But look at this here, right? We actually had a flush up. Bit of a false breakout on the monthly charts and then a breakdown. We've actually made this lower low. Are we about to start the stair step down? So it'd be really interesting to see once again whether we do that. Now, if I go to the S&P 500, the S&P 500 is sort of doing the same sort of thing. But as you guys know, I've always had a 3,000 S&P 500 target. Now, and as you can see here, right? Look at this here. So the market has created a high low. So we're rallying up through here, but that's a short-term basis here, right? Short-term actually is starting to look a bit stronger now. Actually, would you thought we'd actually fall out, but we didn't. I talked about that yesterday, but we can see now this move to the upside. But if I look at this weekly chart, there's this major level of resistance up here around the 3,000 level. That 3,000 level is definitely a line in the sand for me when it comes to that, of where we're at right now. With this overall, we had this major support level through here, and now we're actually rallying up towards this 3,000 level through here as well too. So it'll be really interesting to see what actually happens when we get to that level there, and also the Dow Jones starts to get up towards this. Is it 27,000? There's a bit of support and resistance just below that, isn't there? Actually, right there as well. Actually, there's a major. That 27,000, yeah. Well, the next level where we're rallying to right now is probably just above that level there. That's sort of the main level there, just above that 25,000. So we may get one last little push to this guy. But guys, I'm telling you right now, when I look at this, all right, look at this here, right? When I look at this, I'm just like, this looks pretty weak to me. But anyway, we have to wait and see, right? But market may give us one last push to the upside, but there's a lot of, as you can see, right, there's a lot of resistance around that 25,000, and the same boat of the S&P 500 is also getting towards that 3,000 level there as well too. So even though we're stair stepping up, guys, it's a very weak stair step up in the markets there. And this very weak movement, I'd be more bullish on the markets right now as a whole right now. If we're getting a lot more stronger moves, you know what I mean? But we're just getting a very slow move up. Same for the Dow Jones as well too, right? Look at this here. Look at this Dow Jones. It's actually more sideways. We're not getting that. Something's not right here, right? And that's why I'm bringing this up here. Let's go back to that weekly chart again. So that weekly chart, you can see around about that sort of 25,000 level is that major resistance on the Dow Jones. So we may get next week. We actually may get some more push to the upside on a short-term basis for the 25,000 level there. And same for the Dow Jones through there, as you can see. But once we go back to the daily chart, the question is what actually happens when we actually get there? Because the way that I'm looking at this, guys, I'm just way that I'm seeing this, guys, it's like something's not right here. I'm getting, because we're not getting that V bottom action. We did start to get strong V bottom, and then we started getting like this sideways movement, and also this little sideways movement here on the S&P as well too. So maybe I don't know, guys. We'll have to wait and see if the market does start to roll over. But it'll be really interesting once again, guys, that when the S&P is probably likely to rise to the 3,000 level, because that's that major resistance level there. So we've actually broken past that level there now. You can see we actually had a lot of support down through here around that. What's that level? Around the 2,850. You see, had a lot of support through here. And now we actually had a lot of resistance all through here. This is the short term, and now a lot of support through here as well. And now we're bouncing up. So on a short term basis, guys, we could probably rally up to around that 3,000 level there. Let's go back to that daily chart here for a minute again. I mean, the weekly chart, sorry. Let's go back to weekly. But that weekly around about that 3,000, 3.5, probably 3,000, 3,050. That's where we've got that level of resistance through there. And that's where we're probably likely to find a bit of resistance, as well as the Dow Jones through there. So once again, guys, I don't know. Big picture, guys. Short term next week. I believe last week I actually thought that we actually get a downside. So this week, see what I'm seeing right now, that I believe that we're probably likely to see a bit of a push to the upside. So it's probably going to be a bullish week next week overall. And then, I don't know, we have to wait and see whether we do start to break these lows through here. That'll be the confirmation for me, right? It'll be a breaking of the low. And what I mean by that, if you've been watching my videos, I've always said, see this low back here? We had a low, we had a high low. I want to see something like this, right? A low broken through here. Right, I want to see this low broken through here. If it does start to break, then that's where we're probably likely to start to see some more downside. But on that bigger picture, and that's why I titled this video, is this one massive top. And if we go back to that weekly chart on the Dow Jones, once again, this major resistance level there. I don't know, guys. I don't know. For me personally, I don't buy the longer term move on this one. The short term over the next maybe week. Next week, guys, we're probably going to have a bullish move to the upside, see where we're at right now. But overall, guys, long term, maybe this is just one big massive topping pattern we're forming through here. And this is going to start to see a secular bear market for another couple of years to come. It's really, really interesting, guys. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about this. Is this one big massive topping pattern we're forming through here? Or what do you see? Now, just so you know, guys, that long term, right? Long term. This is a massive long term picture that I'm looking at right now. So this massive long term picture that I'm looking at right now, it's probably going to take a good another, say, 6 to 12 months to unfold. You know what I mean? It's going to rally up, it's going to rally down, and all that sort of stuff. I'm not talking about like, tomorrow. But is this overall one big massive topping pattern that's going to form? And then we're going to see, as Ray Dalio says, we're going to see probably a couple of year bear market out of this here. So really interesting stuff, guys. Let me know what you think in the chat box below. But above all, guys, Make sure you're sticking to a very high probability trading system. We can see what we're seeing through here with the S&P 500, but all the stocks are out there providing really good trading opportunities. Traders, I am running a free training, and on this free training, I'm going to walk you through my #1 trading system for the last 15 years. If you're wondering, what is my trading system? How do I actually trade the markets? What sort of setups do I look for? Then this is for you. See, on this, I'm going to walk you through all the details, but I'm going to walk you through the 3 secrets. The secret #1 is I'm going to walk you through the one thing that took me from $250,000 in debt and almost went bankrupt to actually shifting to actually making money from the markets. I'm going to talk about that one thing. Secret #2, I'm going to walk you through all the steps and all the details to my trading system. I'm not going to hold anything back. You're going to learn all the details to this. So you too, when you leave, you'll be able to see exactly how I trade the markets and what sort of setups I look for, so you can start to apply it today as well too. And secret #3, I'm going to show you exactly how and how I trade the markets for only 1 hour per day as well too. So I'm going to walk you through everything through. So if you're struggling with your trading right now, you need to see this. If you're looking for a really high probability trading system that gets like over 90% success rate, then this is for you as well too. And if you're looking for a way to be able to have freedom in your life, but also condense that down with a really good trading system, then secret #3, you're going to love that as well too. So I'm running that free training today. So go to johnsfreetraining.com right now, and I'll see you there.